Good morning. So, the last weekend before FanFest. This is it. I did my nails. Oh, sorry. Not too happy with it, actually. I like the color. It's a very, very dark green. But apparently what happens, and I don't know if that's the heat or whether my layers are too thick. The glossy top coat kind of throws little bubbles, like tiny little bubbles. And I think it's just my either the nail polish underneath hasn't dried up enough, or top coat is too thick. I'll have to do them. So I'll have to redo them for FanFest next week. I'll definitely do that, and probably come up with a cooler color scheme than just dark green. So yeah. Also, I need to take more time doing my nails instead of just slapping on a thick coat of paint. Apparently I did yesterday because I couldn't be bothered. I was also thinking about having somebody just do it, just go around the corner and have somebody do my nails. I haven't done that yet. I don't know if this is a good experience. But it was something that I was thinking about. And next week, Final Fantasy FanFest 2026 in Berlin. Oh, you have a salon. Listen, I used to have, so before we go into FanFest, I used to have a separate barber and hairdresser, right? So I had one person in Berlin Friedrichshain cutting my hair, and another person in Kreuzberg doing my beard. And I usually went for a haircut every 4 weeks and beard trim every 3 or 2 because I really didn't like when my beard got too unruly. And now I've combined those into one person, which is really, really more efficient. So maybe I could use that improved routine and add a nail polish salon to this exercise. I assume they're going to be in Friedrichshain, but I'll send you a message and maybe you can give me the details and I'll check them out. Maybe that's something that I can treat myself to every once in a while. I'd really like that. Yeah. Also, like, do fancy little designs on the nails, maybe. I follow this Instagram account that is called Boys in Polish, which is a nail art designer who specializes on doing men's nails, and they do, I'm not sure of their pronouns, so they do incredible nail art, actually. And there's this huge Indian-born English actor who's not Rahul Kohli. Very attractive, in my opinion. He did the Decameron Netflix series a while back and also starred in the Disney's Willow. And I think The Wheel of Time, he had a small role. I really like him. He's funny. He's very attractive. Tall, muscular guy, long black hair, beard. And he gets his nails done in pretty amazing ways. You could check him out on Instagram if I would remember his name, but I don't. Yeah. So, Final Fantasy FanFest 2026. I went and did a thing, actually. A couple of friends in our guild, in our free company, a couple of days back, they started commissioning art, chibi art, for their Warriors of Light, and then ordered stickers online. And I really wanted to do that as well. I wanted to do stickers for a very, very long time, and I've never found a service that's actually good or like helpful or around the corner or whatever. And apparently the DM shops in Germany offer a sticker service. So I went and got some sticker art of my Warrior of Light for FanFest 2026. And this is, of course, commissioned art. This has been done by an artist. No AI stuff or anything like that, right? I paid a human to draw this art, and then I pulled this together. And it's pretty dope. I like it. I'm not sure. I should have gone with the glossy paper. I'm gonna give it another go next week when I have a little bit more time and try and do a couple sheets of stickers with matte paper and see which one I prefer. And then I'm definitely gonna bring some to FanFest 2026. Yeah, the plan is there. We're gonna get up very, very early on Saturday morning and stand in line at 7 a.m. And hopefully be there in time for the keynote. Honestly, I have no idea what's in store for me. I have literally no idea what's in store for me. I'm a little nervous, but also super hyped. I'm really excited. I don't know how big FanFest is going to be in terms of people. My partner the other day, they asked me like, how big is this thing? I was like, I have no freaking idea. I don't know, man. I guess we're gonna find out. So yeah, I'll definitely be there. Definitely gonna watch the keynote. Definitely, man. I so much want to get merchandise. I really have to put myself on the budget when it comes to merchandise because I'm a little afraid that I'm going to splurge too much. But yeah, we're definitely going to be there. I'm going to meet some people from my FC for the first time, which is also exciting, I guess. I haven't seen these people ever in real life. I mean, I haven't been in the FC for too long, but still, I like the idea. And then we'll see. I am definitely going to bring cameras. We're going to take a lot of photos. I was thinking about bringing a photo printer. I have a small, which is cool. Like the Lumix ones, right? Canon makes those as well. Basically instant photo printers. So I'm gonna take one of those with me because I was thinking I could take photos of people that want a photo and then print them out on the fly, right? And just handle the photo. I was thinking that could be a cool thing to do. I will definitely gonna have to buy more sheets of instant photo paper and see that I some chargers and stuff. I'm really nervous, so I need to sit down and pack my bags and see how much space I have in my bags, how big the bags that they allow can be, and all that stuff. So that's all planned out for next week, and then yeah, we'll see how this goes. But anyway, I'm going to be there. If anybody wants to DM me or send me a message on socials or Discord. Yeah, do that. Cool. I'm super, super excited. I'm definitely hyped to be there. This is my first gaming convention ever. Man, looking forward to this. Also, I haven't been playing much Final Fantasy, honestly, because I was trying to finish Metaphor Refantasio before FanFest, but I wasn't able to. I think I'm in the last 5 to 10 hours. The game still has 23 days right now that I need to complete until the final encounter. And I'll probably wrap it up at around 85 to 90 hours, I think. I still prefer the Persona games, to be honest. I think the Persona games are much more interesting from a world building, narrative perspective. But yeah, Metaphor is a nice game. I'm gonna wrap it up just so that I finished it and make some room in my backlog. And then I'm probably gonna pick up some Persona games or really dive into some Final Fantasy XIV side quest content or some additional Final Fantasy games. I really wanted to finish replaying 9. I still plan on doing the 7 remakes. I have both of them on PC, and I haven't. I think I played the first one on PS5 when it came out, and then I rebought them for PC because, of course, I did. I'm an idiot, right? And now I was considering replaying both of them on PC. Let's see how that goes. But for today, we have some Final Fantasy XIV on the table. We have completed our Post-Shadowbringers MSQ 5.1 quest last time, and we're back in the source, apparently. I don't remember this place. Ah, of course I do. We're back in Mordona. I think we reported to our good old friend, and the whole old Tataru is honestly, good old friend Tataru and the Rising Stones. And I think this is where we... Oops. Get the fairy out just in case. Oh! And Kryl. Right, I don't remember. It's lovely. Kryl is glad for your return, though it remains to be seen if she has glad tidings to share. Old enemies, new threats. Daedalus. My, what a pleasant surprise. If you've come to inquire about the Archons, fear not. Master Matoya's treatment has proven effective in stabilizing the corporeal ether. We mustn't grow complacent, however. Potent though these magics may be, they are not without limits. We can only hope they afford us enough time for the Crystal Exarch to complete his work. If only we could go with you for the first and... Oh, if only we could go with you to the first and help. Pardon the interruption, but I come bearing urgent news. Ooh, Maxima. It has been far too long, my friend. Forgive me, I don't believe we have been formally introduced. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Ah, yes, I've heard stories of a defector from Garlemald, but never mind that. You say you have urgent news. Indeed. As you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil, and a sizable portion of the Gallian forces have been recalled from the Gimlet Dark. With the numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance has withdrawn, leaving the Alamegan resistance to keep watch over the border. And it is there we have welcomed a most unexpected visitor who claims that this de-escalation may belie growing dangers and unforeseen threats. Unexpected visitor, you say? Who are we talking about? Commander Alden has arranged for an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He has also requested a representative of the Scions attend as well, but it was clear to whom he wished to extend this invitation. It is I. It would seem time is of the essence. Well, you'll not be attending this meeting alone. Though I am not as well versed in the affairs of city-states as our comrades, I see no reason to burden a single scion with all this. Yes, of course. Then we must make for the Alamegan quarter with all haste. Well, what are you waiting for? Get going, you two. Aww. Nice little bow. Cute little curtsy, and off we pop. Where are we popping off to? The Alamegan quarter. There. Who's Oreo? This is a cool outfit, by the way. I like the pants. I'm still looking for a pair of slack-looking pants that don't have a belt, so I can combine them with the suspenders, because this outfit is cool, but wearing suspenders and a belt is really a sin. So apparently you're all wearing the same pair of pants. Interesting. Very interesting. Just jump on the chocobo and speed things up a little. Commander Alden awaits us in the Royal Palace. If you would follow me. Why is there an Alamegan quarter in Alamigo? That's a valid point. Oh. The Shadow Hunter.
They're here, Commander.
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the science spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury.
It's all a bit timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, Raban. I don't understand it either, to be honest. It's a lot of, like, ether and, you know. Urianger would be able to explain it, but unfortunately, he's stuck.
I trust you two require no introduction.
Oh. We have met.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea.
Gaius.
Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Okay.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows and brought more than 2 companions.
Probably.
We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence.
So I was told.
Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand.
I am also aware of that.
Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight, but to me his description seemed anything but, and upon further investigation I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
Because they are so creative.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
Correct, exactly that one.
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended. The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
But didn't we already defeat that as Estinian last time?
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed. Few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandanis, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea.
Oh wow, they produced multiple of them.
We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope. Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them. But the fact remains that you, and you alone, have faced the Ultima weapon, and emerged victorious. We need you. And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Empire. They've built another
The
Death
Ascian's
Star.
downfall was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friend's plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
That feels a little... That feels a little... I don't know. As ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. We can ill afford to ignore the threat of a new Ultima weapon, but with each passing day, the plight of the Scions grows ever more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the Ultima weapon, I will not stop you. I only ask that you confer with me before returning to the first. Twilight can see the steely resolve in your eyes and suspects she knows to where duty calls you. I take it you're ready to return to the First? Then I would ask you to apprise the others of recent events here in the source. Namely, Xenos' return and the development of a new Ultima weapon. As for their bodies, you may assure them Master Matoya and I will continue doing what we can to keep their corporeal ether stable. Safe travels, Daedalus. I hope to see you and the other Scions soon. Oh wait, there's another... Why is there another blue quest now here? These keep popping up everywhere, folks. Ruby Doomsday. Are you kidding me? The Resistance and Alliance forces prepare in earnest as a new threat looms on the horizon. Oh, Daedalus, glad you could make it. As you may have heard, Commander Alden has given orders to embark from Alliance headquarters to hold back the advance of the Empire's latest menace. Now that the soldiers stationed there are too chuffed about being on the front line against these new weapons. If they're designed to slay primals, they'd make short work of us. This is an excellent side story. It is a bit long, but worth doing. Mind you, it's Gaius Balsa and his followers who've led the charge so far. By all accounts, they've been giving as good as they get. Okay. Unfortunately, their sorties have met with little success. I dare say they'd benefit greatly from your presence on the battlefield. If you're ready, my colleague over at Porta Pretoria will show you the way. Okay. Porta Pretoria. Then let's check this out. Hello, good sir. I was told to report here. Accompany the Resistance fighter to Alliance headquarters. All right. Wait, where is this? Oh, this is have I been here before? It looks like I've been here before. At least there's a dungeon entrance here. Oh, this is Gimlet Dark. Okay, got it. Gaius. What's cracking, man? Wait, probably half a patch worth of quests in this one? Okay. Well. So, your mind is set. Then I shall apprise you of the situation. We have discovered that the previously abandoned Ultima weapon project is being helmed by the reformed 7th Legion. They have already succeeded in producing several prototypes, one of which is set to be deployed on the Eosian front. Its name, the Ruby weapon. Severa and I were able to get within striking distance during one of its test runs and made an attempt to destroy it. An attempt that ended in failure, alas. Based on our knowledge of the original Ultima weapon, the explosives we employed should have been sufficient to blast through its armor plate, but they barely left a mark. We suspect the gifts of its predecessor may have proven the source of its resilience. As you well know, the Ultima weapon was designed to absorb ether from icons, and the Ruby weapon no doubt shares that ability. If any were summoned during the uprising in Garlemald's occupied territories, and thereafter consumed, our enemy would become all the more formidable. But its near impenetrable armor was only the beginning of our troubles. It fought back with whip-like claws that can be extended and contracted at will. In the face of such opposition, we were forced to withdraw. Gaius was injured shielding me from the ruby weapon's assault. Even now, he struggles to stand. Damn it all. If I hadn't been so careless, this wouldn't have happened. You need not concern yourself. Let us not forget that I am the one who initiated the Ultima Weapon project. If I must give my life to bury this shameful legacy, then so be it. If you were to face it as you are now, you'd be cut down before you even hobbled within firing distance. In any case, we can't afford to lose the information in your head on both the foe we face and the Empire itself. We all know that asking for Daedalus' assistance presents our best chance of stopping that warmocking. It is true that if anyone were capable of putting down such a monstrosity, it would be him. Though I have no right to ask this of you, will you lend me your strength? I'm not one to back down from a fight. I do this for you. Weird. You have my thanks. And mine, though I must impress upon you the urgency of the situation. We have received word that the Empire is preparing to advance upon the Gimlet Dark. That is where we will intercept them. If our fees are proven correct, the ruby weapon will be almost among their host. Should it break through our lines, there is no telling the devastation it will wreak. Make no mistake, the very survival of Eorzea hangs in the balance. Once you have steeled yourself for the battle ahead, your escort will lead the way. Okay. What price must the world pay for my hubris? Oh, come on, man. It's not all about you. Really, 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 really. I don't know, man. Not all about you, man. Give me a second here, folks. Commencing ruby weapon active. Ooh, this looks cool. All units stand by. This looks better. Very much so. Initiating the synthetic Orosight system. Fusion successful. No signs of incompatibility. Awaiting your signal. Ruby weapon. Codename Darnus. Ready for launch. Damn. I am a big fan of any mecha they introduce. So my assumption is this going to be a hard duty? Valdolin has briefed me on our mission. I am to take you as far as I expected point of contact with the ruby weapon. Once we arrive, the rest is up to you, I'm afraid. Cinder Drift. Okay. Enter Cinder Drift. Let's see if this pops. Let's see if this pops. Man. I would have thought I always forget how much content the post-MSQ patches introduce. I remember, I don't know if Stormblood didn't feel much like that, but I remember Heaven's Ward, and I remember finishing Heaven's Ward, and then going into post-MSQ content and realizing how much story and content was still left in post-MSQ in the patches. And it feels much more prevalent or here, honestly. There's so many new dungeons and duties introduced. I had the feeling that in Heaven's Ward and Realm Reborn, a lot of the post-MSQ content were basically hard iterations of trials or duties that were already introduced, while I feel like this one introduces new duties as part of the post-MSQ patches, but that might just be a feeling, honestly. I'm not 100% sure about this. So I don't know if that's actually the case or not. Maybe I'm wrong. I also don't want to ban the first now to talk to the Crystal Exarch just for this duty to pop, because this is what's going to happen, right? As soon as I teleport to the Ocula and talk to Grahatia, this duty is going to pop, and I will have to end the MSQ cutscene. So I'm not gonna do it, honestly. No, we're not gonna do it. Drift, level 18. Oh, this is 2 tanks, 2 healers, 4 DPS. Oh, this is a trial. Look at me. This is basically just a trial. Just a trial. Okay, average item level 455. This is just combat against 474. That's not bad. Only thing we're missing is one additional ring here, right? We could pick that up at some point. Ah, man. No. So I'm still gonna do it, because I know that once I do it, the duty is going to pop. Let's see if this works. Who are you? Oh, you're a real person. I like it when that happens, when you see somebody who's really, really well dressed and you're like, oh, this is like a cool NPC. And then you realize they're a real person, they're a player. I really appreciate that. Something that's actually pretty cool. I don't think this doesn't look like this trial is gonna pop at any point soon, but anyway. Let's see. You've come at a most opportune time, my friend. I've made something of a breakthrough in my research on the soul and the means to return the Scions home. I trust you have been making good use of your time. Ill tidings from the source, you say? Then I will summon the others that we might be all apprised of the situation. god, I just love these doggo fairies. They are so cute.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
Everything's horrible. We have a new Ultima weapon, but Tataru's doing fine.
A new Ultima weapon?
That's what I said, man.
We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Becklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
Ooh.
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one.
Okay.
An ark for soul and mind
A spirit
both
vessel.
that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
I wonder whether we're gonna use this going forward in our coming adventures.
However,
However,
What do you mean, however?
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allagan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
as well you should be. The Allagan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
Aww.
My apologies.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness. But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
got here? Skill, speed, vitality, salmon pasta, rare roast beef. Tenacity. It doesn't look like this trial is gonna pop anytime soon. So you know what? Just gonna withdraw and we're continuing with the MSQ for now. I'm picking up this trial later because I just don't I don't like the duties popping on the cutscenes. Oh, man. I don't know. I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it will be good to step outside for a spot of fresh air. Now then, shall we go and speak with Lena? Let's do that. Let's do that. Man, we're accumulating trials and raids left and right that we have to do at some point. We have little time, so I will be brief. A Sin Eater has been sighted in Lakeland, and I ask for your assistance in slaying it. Okay. A Sin Eater. I have heard some few yet remained after the night had returned, but perhaps we should call the others. That will not be necessary. It is only a single Sin Eater. A simple task for a god, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be a valuable experience for them. These can lead to complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foes, however harmless they may be. My men would do well to learn from your example. Well, let's be about it then. Me? Why not Alpha? No. Excellent. Then let us make for job. Okay. So let's see what the Sin Eater is about. Oops. If you would wait here for a moment, I will gather the others. You may not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Is it coincident that there's one blue one and two red ones? Would their colors be different if I wasn't a healer? Or am I overthinking this? You may not remember, yeah, but I met them before. Long have they awaited the opportunity to fight at your side. Convalescent Guard. I was at death's door after the Sin Eaters attacked. If you and yours hadn't come along, I'd have likely stepped through, and I wouldn't have been alone. Your courage and selflessness is something we all aspire to. Steadfast God. I too was there that terrible day. My friend was transformed into a Sin Eater before my very eyes, and I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field, of holding a blade again, filled me with dread. But that is no way to honor her or my comrades, and so I have returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. A pleasure to meet you, sir, truly. It seems like only yesterday I watched as you took flight astride an Amaro to go and save the Oracle. Strange to think the Eulmoran soldiers we once locked blades with are now on our side. We will do our utmost to keep the peace here in Lakeland. We seem to be missing one. Honest soldier. My apologies, Captain Lena. An elderly gentleman asked that I escort him to Clearmelt. It took longer than I had anticipated. I'll not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. It won't happen again. The name's Tyler? That Thaler? I'm not sure, man. I'm sure you don't remember, but we met once in the infirmary. I asked you to deliver a message to the Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to him. Don't give up. Don't give in. I keep those words close to my heart, and the boundless, beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of the importance. Oh, that was him. Yeah, I remember that guy. That was when the Crystal Exarch was negotiating with Vothri, right? My friend got to see the Knight's return shortly before he passed. He left his world with a smile, satisfied with a glimpse of what was to come. But there are countless others who weren't so fortunate. They gave their lives for the promise of a future they'll never know. And so it falls to us to do everything we can to fulfill that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up. We won't give in. Never surrender. Your heroism has inspired all of our guardsmen in much the same manner. Our scouts at the northern staging point have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let us not keep them waiting. This feels a little bit like a you know, smile and wave situation here. Where are we going? Oh, up here. Remember in the first Captain America film, in the first Captain America movie, after Steve Rogers gets treated with a super serum, what they actually do instead of using him for combat is they utilize him for propaganda. Basically having him visit the troops and rallying the forces and stuff like that, because he's much too precious to be used in combat. So this is a little bit how I feel right now. But anyway.
Did you slay this eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
Was it Estinian? No, Estinian's not here. We're in the first. We're not in the source.
By himself. Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
Oh wait, but
it's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did.
I was
never seen anything like it.
Just gonna say, we had this cutscene last time where we caught a glimpse of the original Warrior of Darkness, right?
So I says to him, who are you, the Warrior of Bleeding Darkness?
The Warrior of Bleeding Darkness?
And he says, no, I'm a Warrior of Light. And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
A Warrior of Light, really? Funny story. Now you say this guy sounds like Urianger. My partner's really, really good at discerning voices. I am not that good. And she usually identifies actors through their voice when we're watching movies or something. So I remember us watching a television series where there was basically one actor was playing a double role, later to be revealed as being the same person, and one of those people was basically in disguise, right? And the second that disguised character appeared on screen, my wife was like, "Oh, that's the same person. I recognize their voice." And I was like, "Great, thank you very much for spoiling that TV series for me, and for yourself apparently." I hadn't noticed, but she's very good at that. So yeah, I'm not very good at discerning voices. I think I know a couple of voice actors that I'm definitely gonna catch if they're playing a role somewhere. Mostly famous guys like Troy Baker, or well, Troy Baker has a lot of range, but Matt Mercer is one of them. Basically everyone from the Critical Role cast I would probably be able to identify, but apart from that, I'm not really that good at picking up voices on. The Warrior of Light. Yeah, this is funny. So we've seen a glimpse, well, we caught a glimpse of the OG Warrior of Darkness in the last cutscene in a previous stream, right? And he looked very much corporeal, to be honest, right? But he claims to be a Warrior of Light. So is he always like, what happened here?
A Warrior of Light?
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood.
Oh, because he originally was a Warrior of Light, right? Of course. My bad.
I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be him, the Warrior of Darkness.
Hey? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
I love how everybody's losing their shit over seeing me for the first time.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
That was a little anticlimactic.
I had hoped to fight at your side today, but I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
Hey there. I had hoped to fight at your side today, but I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again. Well, yeah.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat.
It's fine.
As for this Warrior of Light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias.
But how did he manage to actually...
But that is neither here nor there.
Come back?
I thank you for accompanying me.
But that was clearly Ardbert, right? We saw.
Shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Sure, let's go back to the Crystarium.
Forgive me. There is one more thing.
Absolutely.
A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Is it about
Take your time.
Exarch?
I shall go on ahead.
God, I love these purple and lavender flowers. Why is everything so beautiful here? I still, every time I visit, this is insane.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch.
Okay.
Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating.
Okay. And what's the problem?
Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man. A younger man.
A younger man?
I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy.
So is that a bad thing? Is that cause for concern?
It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there.
That's a good thing, right?
Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past. Remind him of all the pain that came before.
That's just silly. You can be part of a future, right? Anchors keep us where we have chosen to be. He's lost without you, you know, and he misses you already. A silly notion, Lena.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief.
She crushing on the Exarch? Are you crushing on the Exarch, Lena?
In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work.
He's an elderly man. He's much, much older than you.
This research is important, I know. But if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
So one thing, and maybe that's also a good thing, but I feel like romance in Final Fantasy XIV is only so much implied, right? It's never outright presented. But yeah, I think I'd like to see some more romance in 14. I will see the others back to their posts. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, back to this tavern. I mean, there is this... There are a few instances of romance in 14 that are very visible on screen, like Yotsuyu and Gosetsu in Stormblood is the first one that comes to mind, right? Or the whole Shiva love story in Heaven's Word. But there's no... I don't think there are any smaller, like, love stories or relationships, right? They're mostly just implied. You have business. Yes, I do have business. Let me in. So, Alfie, the others were quite shocked to hear what we found in Lakeland. But now that you're here, there is a proposal I should like to make. Perfect. Tell me all about it. I have been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I have noted more and more people perusing books on history, the years leading up to the Flood in particular. I suspect they wish to know more about the Warriors of Light, as well they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as sin eaters or worse. We have a lot of information about the Warriors of Light, right, Alphino? We know what happened to them and what led to their destiny. Should we write a couple of more books? Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance in conjunction with this renewed interest in their predecessors may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of the Crystarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I, too, can attest to the falsehoods found within fully many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Ardbert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the Flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I am not surprised to see their roles distorted and then painted as villains. Were it not for the record stored in the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use, for when I arrived here in the First, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, they still remain those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the Flood. Considering all the good they had done, I find it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Ardbert. That such heroes could be spoken of in the same breath as Sin Eaters is absurd. Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause for the Flood. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the Warriors of Light to become villains deserving only of resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to you all, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Ardbert who helped the overcome Emmett Silk, correct? Such a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who know him only as a villain. I have shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of his sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphino's plan. We call together the people of the Crystarium and recount to them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the Flood that followed in their wake. We could... Well, what do you say to this? I would say we reenact this as a musical. That's what I would say. Let's just go all out, put on a theatrical performance, compose some songs, and go on tour. Exarch, might I ask you to continue working with Back Luke on our means to returning home? Yeah, no, let's just focus on doing PR work for the Warriors of Light. Let's forget about that crystal stuff, man. The rest of us will see to gathering the people of the Crystarium. Man, I just love how everybody gets sidetracked on their priorities in this game. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. Good thing none of you have ADHD, man. Yeah, let's talk to some people. Let's go. So important for everybody to have the proper opinion about Oddbird and his folks, right? Let's see. Where are these folks? I hate this so much. Can't you just show me on which level these quest markers are that I'm supposed to be talking to? No, he's downstairs. Ugh. Oh man, this is such a bummer. Where are you? Ah. Oh, so nice. Oh, Chesameal, of course. Daedalus, my, what a wonderful surprise. Though I hope your being here doesn't mean someone's been hurt. Well, only in terms of, like, emotions and maybe their good name. Thanks to you, I've had far fewer patients coming through my door of late, which is a shame, come to think of it. I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. Okay. I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. The truth about the Warrior of Light. But the Exarch has already spoken with me about them. Well, if there's more to the tale, I'd very much like to hear it. Okay. People love the Crystarium. So, who are we talking to? I'm gonna go to the Cabinet of Curiosities. And, yeah. Definitely talking to Morin. Exactly, that was his name. No, this can't be. Surely there is at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors of Light and their deeds in such negative light. My man. Oh, forgive me. The Cabinet of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors of late, but I fear our repository lacks of the knowledge they seek. People wish to know the truth of the flood, of the Warriors of Light. I have searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin-eaters, abominations worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof, and I dare call myself a librarian. Don't worry, man, I'ma fix it for you. Oh, you would address the people and tell them the truth. How wonderful. You have regaled me with a tale once before, but I should love to hear it again. And you may be assured I will not come alone. I still would love to know how Ardbird became corporeal again. That's what I want to know. Going. Oh, this is definitely a downstairs. Man, I hate the upstairs, downstairs in the Crystarium. I get so lost. This just doesn't work for my small little tiny brain. Not good at this. Well, what a coincidence. I was just reading over a letter I received from Grenold not long ago. He says a visitor from the Crystarium found him at the bottom of the ocean and that he inspired him to reach new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both things, though I'd say the latter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. I'm sorry, you mean the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light? Well, whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. Good, good. Where else are we going? Probably the markets. And then... apparently there's another one here around the pendants. Hello, Tavern Keep, sir. To what do I owe the pleasure? Whatever it is, I must ask you to be brief. With the night returned, visitors have been flocking to the Crystarium, and I myself find myself busy by half. I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it, though. Seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget the flood ever happened. The Warriors of Light? Yes, the Exarch has mentioned them before, but everyone knows. They're now as the cardinal virtues. Or are you suggesting there's more to it than that? Well, you've yet to steer us wrong, so I'm willing to hear what you have to say. That's so nice of you, buddy. Oh, Bragi! Come to browse wares in the market, have you? Well, I can guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, whatever it may be. Under Eulmore's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Word is that fellow from Daedalus Stonework has taken over as a mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it is. I imagine it won't be long before all of Norvrend reaps the benefits, but you've not come to talk about the market. Something on your mind? I see. The Exarch did mention they had something to do with your returning the night to Norvrend. Alright, consider my interest piqued. So where are we going now? Back to the Rotunda, and then we're gonna talk to the people. There you are. Between the four of us, I dare say we've swept the Crystarium from top to bottom. Now we need but wait for the people to gather. What's gonna happen now? Holy shoot! That's a lot of people.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
Aww.
Wicked White. The Warriors of Light did all that?
Yep. It was pretty awesome.
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
I still think they should have done this and performed this as a musical. It would have hit differently, but anyway, that's just me. Enjoy your lunch, Color Tinker. There he is.
Impossible.
You can see him too.
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
No, he's very much corporeal, I'm telling you, man.
Yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
What in the world?
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the warrior of darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time, though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may.
This is very, very much appreciated, especially since I don't have a voice actor of my own, so please go ahead.
People of the Crystarium, I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a warrior of light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I.
Do we know how?
I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass. The hero who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when he must return to his home.
Okay, major spoilers.
But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light.
That's a beautiful aspect, actually. That's a great notion.
What? Us? Warriors of Light?
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure.
There's a beautiful quote by Reen earlier on in Shadowbringers, by the way, and I wrote it down because it was amazing. Let me check real quick. No, I didn't. She said something along the line of if there are no heroes, if all the heroes are dead, then it is us who must become heroes. Like if all the heroes are gone, then it is us who have to become heroes, right? Gonna find it later on. But this is reiterating this exact moment in time back then.
But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
So we don't believe this to be Ardbert? Is that what you're saying, Orianger?
Go. I will stay here and watch.
I would have thought it more likely for Ardbert to somehow return to life than someone else impersonating him, but sure.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first.
Yes.
I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
No, it's not.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
No, absolutely not. It looks like him and sounds like him, but it isn't him. Okay.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
Is it an Ascian?
That he is an Ascian.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to
Posthumous
agree.
possession.
From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Eulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus. That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known.
Yes.
Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of Emet-Selk's failure here in the first, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
This Ascian body hopping really makes things difficult to follow. Really, really difficult to follow.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen. My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
They do this all the time, Backlock. It's horrible. They do this all the time. There's been a constant barrage of fake mustaches and identities and posthumous body hopping throughout 2 worlds. Man, it's a lot. You have no idea what I've been dealing with.
Verily.
I'm sorry.
For they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light.
Yep.
On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
Puppetry.
And they have gained much by it. Emet-Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while the Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible? But regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
'Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
Huh. Asleep disturbed. Oh, we're gonna go back to the... We're gonna go back to the woods? You did well to dispel the falsehood surrounding the Warrior of Light and their actions prior to the Flood. Though I must say the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather, one who appropriated his identity, was a rather curious development. He is an imposter, of that there is no doubt, but to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. After the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Eulmore, the people prayed fervently to the gods to deliver them from their plight. Prayed that these fallen heroes be born again for their sacrifices. What a bitter irony. I for one would like to know why Ardbert urged the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. Ere we take action, we must needs ascertain his intent. Let us pray that Master Alphino returneth soon with that most essential knowledge. For now, I think it best to apprise Thancred and Reen of our efforts. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. Agreed. I think it prudent we all take measures to prepare for what's to come. Back luck, and I will continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel, that it might one day carry you home. Jeez. Then I think it time I return to the Great Wood. Until now, everything we have learned of the Ascians has been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of Elmetzelk's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I recently received word from Fano that heretofore unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within the Katana Revel. Almed believes the relics within tell of a great calamity that befell an ancient civilization. That of the Ascians, perhaps. They may lead us to the truths we seek. Would you care for company? I wouldn't dream of going without you. When you are ready, make for Fano. Almut and her sisters will be expecting. Then let us be about our tasks. Pray give my regards to the bees. Hope you had a great lunch, Color Tinker. We have a dinner date with friends on Tuesday, by the way, to do dumplings. So we've been researching different sorts of, well, mostly Chinese dumplings and bao that we would like to do on Tuesday. And I think the problem is that I love going overboard, but really doing more than 3 or maximum 4 fillings feels kind of insane, because then the logistics kind of get out of hand. But I really like my variety, so we're probably going to be doing 2 regular forms of water dumplings, one steamed bao in a savory kind of a chashu kind of way, and then probably a sweet bao as a dessert with red atsuki beans. And I'm super hyped about this. It's going to be much too high of an effort to do this on a weeknight, Tuesday after 6 p.m. after work. And I'm probably going to be super tired and the kitchen's going to look like a mess. But I'm super hyped for it, and it's going to be amazing. Also, hopefully the friends are going to help us a little bit. So making dumplings with 4 people should be manageable somehow. At least that's what I hope. Also, talking about it, I should be going for dim sum at some point again. I haven't been for dim sum in quite a long time, especially in Berlin. And I really like going for dim sum with a big group of people, like 4 or 6, so you can really share all of the food. That's definitely something I should be doing again in the future. Welcome, allies of Ronka. We have accomplished much since you last came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have at last reclaimed the hunting grounds near Rathika Falls. It was there that we discovered ruins. Although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring its halls, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We all were in agreement. Before any investigation could proceed, you should be summoned. We are grateful that you did. From what you have told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom my comrades and I seek can be found within. This wisdom could prove invaluable, for we may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. I see, then it is good that you've come. For Ronka was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding. And it is our duty to ensure you and yours do not want for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chambers unmolested suggests a more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Come now. Surely any threat sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we have faced thus far. This is not a game, sister. You should not be so eager to run headlong into danger. Oh, and who was it pining for the return of our allies that we might venture into the ruins, clutching her staff at night, wishing it were? You promised not to tell. Then I suggest we be going. Get back here. Okay. Remind me, exactly how old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps it's for the better I don't know. Pray forgive their overzealous nature. None save we 3 have been privileged to escort you and yours into the ruins and bear witness to its secrets. Their hearts now burn with curiosity that is not easily satiated. Please, no need to apologize. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well the enthusiasm, and if not for your sedulous efforts to protect the ruins, we will not be afforded this opportunity. Speaking of which, I believe I have kept you away from the ruins long enough. Come, let us make to the Katana Revel. Oh. What is the shortest way to get there, actually? Check. This way. Can we just fly? think what I like most about the post MSQ content is revisiting all the places that you have visited before that you don't remember anymore, right? All those spots you have been that are now filled with memories and stories, and then coming back to them and revisiting those. Oh man, I really love that. It is most strange for these halls to be left unguarded. Have care when breaking the seal on the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side. Sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Okay. Sounds like we're ready for some cutscenes.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
The people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast. Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed.
Because it probably did. Jesus! Really?
Why you... Ugh.
Are you 12?
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
The sealed door lies ahead.
Better find some owls to put there, right?
As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
Too simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism. Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly. Wait! Don't!
Here we go. Here we go. This is some classic Merry and Pippin shit.
But I only... What is happening?
This is what happens when you bring hobbits to the mines of Moria. Right?
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, it lives!
Yes, it does.
Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
What? Oh, no, it's one of those. Is it a murder puzzle again? Is it a murder puzzle? What? Wait, what? What do you mean, duty commenced? You trespass mortal upon sacred ground. In retribution, 4 souls I have bound. Yet to heroes proven learned and wise, a comrade's soul shall be their prize. If you would see theirs set free, answer me these riddles 3. Oh no, man. Deft of paw with kin I do vie. Though sought apart, betterment of the whole do I ever descry. What am I? Well, a curl, right? Deft of paw with kin. It was the oppo. Okay, what? Keen and shrewd spirits exalt ingenuity. For this mistake, a single talisman I shall take. Okay, man. What the hell? Oppo oppo, with fearsome fang I travel with pack. Together we find harmony, and thus for peace our land does not lack. This is a serpent? Well, it should be a wolf, right? Indeed, 'twas the spirit of the wolf their doctrines praised, that they would know peace and harmony to the end of their days. Oh, shoot. Okay. On my belly I do crawl, by my strength does prosperity reign within our hall. What am I? Well, there should be a serpent, right? That's a serpent, a wolf, and an oppo oppo, so it is a serpent then. This is like an episode of Agatha all along. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, I hate riddles. Desire you that which I yet claim, then we shall play another game. A test of mind and memory. Choose wisely, and you all may yet go free. Twixt these talismans hide friend and foe. Choose your companions well, or sorrow know. What? Wrong talisman, okay? You must choose carefully, but there's not... Okay. But what's the... Based on what? Is there perhaps some meaning to their arrangement? I don't know, because they have no... They look identical, right? Okay. Give me a second. I have no... This is like a... It's like a game of memory. Great. This feels like a game of memory, right? Let's do another one. Okay, this is Ishtola. Okay, and this is... This is just a game of memory. Okay, this is just a game of memory. Another red one. And then... Oh, this is a Stola. Okay, this is great. Huh. Huh. Your comrades are assembled at last. Yet still there remains one trial you must pass. If you would glean the knowledge enshrined in this earth, I would first take the measure of your worth. One worthy of she who the Ronkins untold must be so strong of mind, body, and soul. Okay, walk up. We're gonna fight? We're gonna fight, right? Let's go. The problem is that... Shoot. Whoa! I hate this because... So the one thing I hate in... Man. In these parties is the fact that... It's super hard to heal everybody because... They're not in my party, right? Well, that really sucks.
Here I come.
I don't know why they don't decide to. Can you please do something, people? That was an interesting mechanic. That was an interesting mechanic. So weird.
This is going to leave a mark.
It's going to leave a mark. Oh man, this really hurt. Where's everybody? Ooh, this is gonna hurt. I don't have a... The problem is that I don't have... This sucks so bad. So the main problem I have as a scholar is that I don't have a... way to move quickly, you know? This is something I really, really, really don't like as a scholar. And I know I'm gonna get one at some point, but until then, this is... Where are you going? Go somewhere else, Ishtola. Seriously, girl. Kidding me. You may think you have won, but we have just only begun. Poison, cough, cough. Come, gather around. Okay.
This is going to leave a mark.
Everybody all right? go now? Go back in there. Okay. Can you stop summoning those all the time? Well fought, hero. The trial is complete. The way is open, and thus I concede. Concede. Defeat. Not wholly unexpected, but an exhausting ordeal nevertheless. I really, really like Y'shtola. I think she's closest to my personal, amount of sarcasm. All right, let's Indiana Jones this shit. By that, I do not mean steal it and put it in a British museum, by the way.
'Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now, what have we learned?
We were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
I mean, she's not wrong. Still, that's some hobbits and Moria kind of stuff. You shouldn't be doing that, really, Oimit.
Who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber?
What hero are we talking about? Are we talking about Ardbert? Is this like... No, this is more ancient, right? There will be no reason for this to be Ardbert's burial place, right? Who is this?
A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna?
The Archmage Tiuna? Who is she?
A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation. So potent was her spellcraft, though she ever fought in the name of peace.
I love that the Viera and the Vis have this Scandinavian flavored accent with this really harsh rolling R. I really like that.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Well, I for one always believed.
And I mean, Simit and Oymit's accents are not as harsh. But...
I wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
I mean, Almond's accent is really, really, really harsh. It's really present, right?
Naught less than the echo. In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might.
Okay, funnily enough, I just had to Google that. Apparently, the voice actress of Olmat is Alfrún Rose, who seems to be from Iceland, which would explain her accent being more present and pronounced than... Yeah. A writer, actor, and producer. Acting credits include major film, TV, video games such as Eurovision Song Contest and Fantastic Beasts. Okay, and she is American Icelandic. Okay, got it. Yeah, that explains the accent. I love it, by the way. Big fan. I just wanted to check. That totally makes sense. British Icelandic accent. Good for her. Love it. More of that.
Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel? Moreover, does it not recall that which Emmett Selk invited us to witness in Amarot?
Mm-hmm.
The final days. If, as the exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger? The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided... It would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar. I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence. Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarot.
Then you must recall Emmett Selk's dying request.
Remember us.
Yes.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes, and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tiuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
By your pensive expression, I take it the tomb has given you much to think about. That is well. In time, the knowledge you have gleaned will lead to understanding, and thus arm you for what is to come. Before you leave, however, I would speak again of the teachings of our forebears. Our histories learned, not lived. The legend of Tiuna and her exploits have been told countless times over the centuries, yet as it is handed from one generation to the next, the story changes. With each telling of the tale, with each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes, details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we were not there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness to your life. We have seen the change you have wrought, the echoes that will endure long after you are gone. And though it too will change in time, I swear to you, we shall do our best to preserve your history. I hope you will forgive me if I don't make an oath of my own, but I think it goes without saying we could never misspeak of your heroism. Perish the thought, so long as we are here, there are none among the V who would not know all of you have done what all of you have done for Norvrand. We are not deserving of such reverence, but we are grateful all the same. You can be certain we will have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Raktika and the ruins of Ronka. I pray you safe travels then. As ever, we shall await your return with open arms. Okay. That was it, Y'shtola? By all rights, you should be departing from the Xterium, but Y'shtola does not seem ready to return. Although we learned naught of the Ascians, the insight we gained into the Echo made our trip worthwhile. Before we return to the Crystarium, however, there is a small matter I would like to attend to in Slitherbound. Might I trouble you to come with me? But that small matter doesn't have a name, by the way. Thank you. After we arrive, we should have a brief word with Runa. We absolutely should. I was thinking about whether Y'shtola and Runar were wrapping up their relationship, so to speak. Daedalus, it is so good to see you. You've arrived at a most opportune time. I was preparing a pot of my famous stew. Come, I will ready a place for you. I'm sorry, Runa, but we haven't... Please, I insist. It will only take a minute. Okay. My apologies. It seems our return to the Crystarium will be delayed, but perhaps only for a bit. You assist me with my work. I say work, but it is rather more a chore. I must clean my chambers here in Slitherbow from top to bottom. If you would be so kind as to go and fetch a broom from Asgir, we might finish before Runa is done cooking. Okay. Okay. A broom from Master Matoya. Cannot imagine why she would have need of such a thing, but here you are. It is old but sturdy, and sure to suffice. I trust Asgir was able to find a broom for us. But are we gonna animate it, Y'shtola? If we don't animate it, then this whole thing doesn't make sense, right? Oh, I must say, I think I did rather well for not having a broom thus far. Come on. This is what we're doing here at this point, right? No? Yes, well, you weren't buried beneath a veritable avalanche of books when you entered, were you? Right. Anyway, it is time I finished cleaning with the help of that broom. Come on, buddy. Come on. didn't honestly think I'd do it in the old-fashioned way. That broom is more than capable of sweeping by itself, or rather, will be. I love everything about the whole Matoya questline, and the Great Gubal Library is one of my favorite parts of Heaven's Word. And this callback to her and the sweeping brooms, love it. Time to rise, to swish and sweep, a tight chamber you must keep. To this task you shall be bound, until no dust is to be found. When I first encountered Matoya in Heaven's Word, I really loved the Disney vibe of it all. It was really front and center, and I loved it. And then combine that with the overall music and the story of the Great Gubal Library. It was my favorite part in Heaven's Word, honestly, or at least one of my favorite parts. In this one particular respect, I've no objections to following in Master Matoya's footsteps. This is pretty awesome. In future, I may need you to remind me the pursuit of knowledge does not preclude other equally important duties, such as maintaining clean quarters for said pursuit. Are you eavesdropping? I will clearly miss these people. Oh no! Oh no! This is gonna make the kitty sad. This is gonna make the kitty sad. Master Matoya, pardon the interruption, but the stew is ready. She's gonna make the big kitty very sad. Is something troubling you? You seem rather quiet. No, everything is fine. I assure you, it's been a long day, is all. Oh no. Y'shtola, thank goodness you're still here. Now these guys are popping up out of nowhere. Alphino, I thought you were following Artbert. I was, though I'm sad to say I lost track of him shortly after entering these woods. He seems determined to travel every elm of Northrend in his quest to spread the truth of the Warriors of Light and the Flood. And it seems news of your address at the Crystarium precedes him at every destination, making his task all the more simple. It remains to be seen to what end he encourages the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. But there is no denying that his words have struck a chord with many. Well, we're all agreed that this is just another Ascian ploy, yes? They've commandeered corpses before, and to no good end. I see no reason to think this time is any different, especially when it's that of a fallen warrior of light. I doubt we'll learn more if we remain a step behind. His next destination is, in all likelihood, Slitherbound. Alize, are you certain you should be here? If you're concerned about Ulrich and the others, you needn't be. Their treatment is going well, but progress is slow and exhausting. For all of us. The best thing I can do now is let them rest. So, I believe we were about to discuss how to arrange a meeting with our would-be Warrior of Light. Before visiting any towns or villages, Ardbert would hunt down and slay a nearby Sin Eater to earn the locals' trust. Our best chance of getting ahead of him is to find one before he does. Thankfully, Thancred and Reen are returned from the empty and have taken up the search. Reen believeth one may lurk beneath the boughs of Woven Oath. Then that is where we will start our search. Master Matoya! Oh boy. A warm bowl of stew will be awaiting your return. I look forward to it. Aww. Those two. Where's we supposed to be going? Oh god, that music! Oh my god. There it is. That music is just insane.
If you were hoping to vent your frustrations on our Issa friend here, I can only apologize.
Few as they are now, it took us no time at all to track it down.
That suits our purpose perfectly. Now we need only wait for Ardbert to arrive.
Weren't you two meant to be attending to the empty?
We were, and are, but we can hardly ignore the rest of the world. So we thought we might see how things were coming along. From what we can gather, the answer is strangely.
Okay.
Right now, we think we can do more good here.
It is heartening to have all present.
Indeed. We will be glad of the additional hands should matters escalate.
Our quarry has come.
It seems I've lost this particular race. Although I suppose it's only fair. When we first met, it was I who outpaced you. Ravana, was it?
Does he also have the memories of the people he body hops into?
But where are my manners? I wouldn't be here were it not for you, and I have yet to say a word of thanks. Poor fellow. He will be sorely missed.
I thought you were supposed to be good at this.
Very well. Let us forego this pretense. After all, it was never you that I needed to deceive.
Here we go.
Yes, it is I, Elizabeth. Through your time in Emet-Selk's imitation of our home, I dare say you have gained a better understanding of my role since last we met. Not that it matters.
We understand your role, emissary, but not your goal. What is it that you seek to achieve?
I seek to enact the will of the Convocation, of course. If it helps you to think of me as but another Ascian, no different in nature or purpose from the rest, you are welcome to do so.
Once, I would have said your goal was destruction alone. Now I understand that you fight for something you love, just as we do.
Why do you have to be so empathetic, Alpha Gnome? Why?
Yet though we seem doomed to clash, I bid you consider Emet-Selk's final words. Remember that we once lived, he said. Had he not seen some glimmer of hope in our kind, I do not believe he would have spoken thus.
None better understood your plight than he. His words must surely be worthy of your consideration.
Emet-Selk. How very unlike you to err so gravely. That one should stray at the end of so onerous a path is understandable, but I had thought you above such weakness. Mayhap you thought the same. Would that I had been present to offer correction. But I shall do so now, as is my duty, and return all to its proper course. As for you, look at yourselves. Look at your history. Look back 100 short years to how your greatest warriors were undone. And now, at but a word from me, you raise your hands in answer like the puppets you are. Naught has changed. You fail, and you fail, and you learn nothing. Allow that which is most important to slip through your fumbling fingers like so many grains of sand, again and again and again, and you would remember us. You do forget yourselves. There is no common ground to be found between you and I, nor do I require any. I have my duty.
Wait!
Well, we have confirmed the identity of our foe at least, and 'tis safe to say his objective is the rejoining.
I guess.
But we still have no idea how playing the part of a warrior of light will further his cause, nor why he would spur others to do the same.
Another visit to the Tempest may shed some light upon these mysteries. Whether we are to exchange words or blows with Elidibus at our next meeting, the fact remains, we know too little. Ere our paths cross again, I would learn more of the world that once was, and of Elidibus himself. In this, we would be best served going directly to his home, much as Emmett Selk came to ours.
Though I see the wisdom in thy suggestion, the Amarot we visited is but a phantom born of Emmett Selk's memory. I fear it will teach us little that we do not already know.
I quite agree. Yet the ruins of the actual city remain unexplored. Given the vastness of the Tempest, I should not be surprised were there more such structures like to those in which the Ondo reside.
Ooh. More ruins.
A man after my own heart.
Assuming we are all in agreement, then I suggest we first pay a visit to the Ondo. If anyone can tell us where more ruins are to be found, it is them.
But we will leave this for next time, my friends. Which means that we're calling it a day for today. And what better soundtrack to accompany us into a week without streams because of Final Fantasy FanFest 2026. No, honestly. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for keeping me company through this very dialogue and narrative heavy stream. It's quite a few strands of narrative interweaving here. Honestly, I was a little confused. I thought that the whole Ultima weapon thing would have been part of the MSQ. Apparently, it's a big side quest line. We'll look into this definitely at some point if we can get the trial to pop. We'll investigate further into Elidibus and him body hopping into Ardvert. I'm not a big fan of this, honestly. I find this whole Asian business of inhabiting people's bodies very confusing. So let's see how that goes forward. And then we still have a lot of raids that we want to complete. But first and foremost, next week, there's no stream because we're all going to be at FanFest 26 in Berlin, trying to figure out what Yoshi P has in store for us for the next expansion, Evercold. I would really, really love for Evercold to be the first expansion that I can be caught up for, but not sure I'm going to be able to do this since, well, I think it comes out in January 27th, so I have half a year. I don't know if half a year is sufficient for Endwalker and Dawntrail. Let's see how that works out. But I am extremely hyped. I am super excited to see some friends there. Very excited for all the people I don't know yet that I'm gonna meet there. So yeah, let me know. In any case, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for keeping me company. If you want, leave a like. Subscribe to the channel. I always stream Sundays at 11 a.m. Mostly Final Fantasy XIV MSQ. That's what we're currently at. Shadowbringers patch 5.2. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful Sunday. Enjoy your time and see you around. Stay safe. Take care and see you next time. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.